We are about to go live. All right, we are live now on all three venues. We are joined today by a number of CASA people. We have Rhonda Stubbs, who is the Executive Director of A Child's Place CASA. She's the famous Rhonda that started the program 20 years ago, that moved here with the sole intent of starting the program and had no kind of promises or any of that. If you want to find out more about that, go back to my first day. We have Rebecca Mitchell. Rebecca, say hi. Rebecca is one of the volunteer coordinators, and Liam Flickinger is the other one. And they are both new to the program. They've started just recently, but it's their job to work with the volunteers and make sure they have everything they need to be able to help these kids find safe, permanent homes. And then we have Denise Folden. Denise, wave. There we go. Denise has been a volunteer for quite a while. And we have Sharon Tigger, who is also a volunteer. I'm not sure how long Sharon's been a volunteer for, but she's going to let us know a little bit more about that when we talk to her in a little bit. All right, we are going to go now to our slideshow, which is what we started talking about last time.
Forgot Marlene. Don't forget
Oh,
Marlene.
I'm sorry, Marlene. That's right, because she's not showing up on my thing because she's not in the picture. Marlene is here too, and Marlene is also a CASA volunteer. Let's see if I can fix this real quick, because every time somebody moves, it moves. So let me just fix it really quick. And we're going to talk about the future, and who knows what's going on in the future. Well, actually, I do, because I went and asked AI, because that's how you find out about things, right? Now that we are living in the future, we can always just ask AI, and it will tell us what's going to happen. So I did that. Hang on just 1 second while I do this one more thing. Zoom. There we go. Put it up here. I don't want to leave anybody out down here. So there. All right. We've got everybody now. And we've got the slideshow. So let us look at the slideshow and see what's coming up in our future. Some of this I've talked about before. We're going to first look at the year 2025, and the people on Zoom, feel free to pipe in. I'm used to talking all by myself because I have been for the whole week, but please, if there's something that strikes your fancy, let me know. And if I miss anything, if you know the future, something's coming up, let me know. Fashion trends. The future for fashion trends are fun but functional. Apparently that's what fun and functional looks like. I don't know. For me, I don't know that any of them look a whole lot of fun.
Should we be able to see this? I can't see this.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I should share that slide. Hold on. Let me share that screen. Share. And you should be sharing screen 3. Okay. Share. And that's that. There you go. How's that, guys? Better? All right. So this is the idea of what's coming up in the future as far as fashion goes. I'm not sure I'm excited about any of it. It almost looks mismatched to me. Any thoughts on fashion? We are not a fashionable bunch. All right. Other things that are coming up this year. Season 3 of the reboot of Beavis and Butthead. We're going to see the end of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning 2. That's supposed to come out this year. Don't let them tell you anything differently. George Martin has another show coming out based on the Game of Thrones, and this one's called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Will it be the beginning of the season? I mean, the beginning of the series, or like the end of the series where it was really bad? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And Fast and Furious Part 2, Fast and Furious number 10, Part 2, is coming out this year. And I just can't believe there are 10 Fast and Furious movies. Because, like, I don't know. It's not a me thing. Any thoughts on what's going on with TV and movies? Is there a movie you guys are looking forward to? Everybody's shaking their head at me. Nope. Okay. Alright, apparently I did this one wrong. Public health. Basically, they said that we are going to have a bring in new ways of treating and dealing with COVID and other flus that are coming out. I don't know about you guys. In my life, we've had influenza A in our house, influenza B in our house, and the norovirus. We've not had COVID yet, although I guess some people did, but I don't know if anybody in the house did. Anyway, thoughts on public health? Nothing. All right, climate crisis. To understate it, 2025 is going to be a turbulent across the globe. We're going to have a lot going on with our climate. Some people are positive on it, some people are not. And technology. What's going to go on in technology? There are some people who are very concerned with the artificial intelligence, not because they believe artificial intelligence is going to take over the world and our robots are going to come to life and kill us all, but because they don't understand what the end game is when it comes to what technology is trying to do. Are they really just trying to get our personal information and that's all, and then they'll leave us alone? Or is there more to it than that? So there's some people that are very suspicious about what the point of AI is. Anybody afraid that their toasters are coming to life? Their fridges?
I never used AI.
What's that?
I never used AI on my phone.
You never used it? It actually does come in really handy, but it also can be wrong. There's a word, I forget what it is, but if you ask how many letters there are in it, it gives you the wrong answer every time. And you have to go in and convince the AI that it's wrong. I'll think of it. The economy. It's supposed to stabilize, but there are a lot of people who say that economics will play an outsized role in politics. In other words, it's going to be a big concern still. The economy is not going to get all better by itself. Artificial intelligence, we talked a little bit about it. Some people call it the biggest gamble in history. There's over $1 trillion that's being spent on it, but really, what's the point? Microsoft. If you have Microsoft 10, they pushed 10 so hard when it first came out. As of October, and it should be October 2025, they will stop supporting it. There will be no more upgrades. It's not that it's going to shut down on you, but it will not be supported. And so new things that come out will not come out for Windows 10. So no matter how much we hate it, we're eventually going to have to go to Windows 11. And trust me, those of us who've played with it before, we do not like Windows 11. All right, let's talk to Marlene. Marlene,
Okay.
Can you hear us? All right.
I can hear you.
All right. Tell us a little bit about being a volunteer.
So far, I really like it. I mean, I've got beautiful 2 families I'm working with.
Okay.
At first, I was real hesitant because I was afraid to get involved. I thought it was going to be a lot of, pressure and a lot of work. It's really not. It's really kind of laid back, and you do your own thing. I like that. And the kids, the people I'm working with, especially the mothers and Rhonda and all my people down there, are just so easy to work with. I think. I mean, that's my opinion. It haven't had any problems with anything, except for my sign-in sheets. I had to copy those. I got kind of confused about these sign-in sheets or whatever they are.
Right. Yeah, paperwork can be
That's
confusing.
in the paperwork. Yeah, that's about all I had a little issue with. Not bad, but I'm doing it now. I copied some of my copier, and I got I'm starting to do more with those. I didn't realize that I had to. I mean, I knew I had to do them, but I didn't know how often. Or I read I finally read the directions.
There you go. That always helps, huh?
Yeah.
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 Well, and that's what Liam and Beck are there for, is to help support you with that.
Doing good.
Good.
I have to bug him more.
Do you spend a lot of time in court?
Well, twice I went,
Okay.
but I didn't do the court report, and I didn't realize I had to do a court report in West Virginia. I thought that was over in Ohio. We had to do it, so I have to do a court report now. And Rhonda sent me an extensive court from the last, and I did take notes on this last court.
Good.
I didn't
Awesome.
take the notes on the first court, but this last one I did.
Okay.
I'm learning slow but sure.
Well, you know what? It does take time.
Yeah.
But you are a very important part. The volunteers are like the reason CASA exists. If it wasn't for the volunteers, CASA couldn't handle all the kids on their own. So we need you volunteers. That's really what it's based on.
6 of them working on right now. 6 kids, 6 girls.
Oh my. Okay. And I know you're not allowed to talk about individual cases and so forth, so I'm not going to ask you any questions about your kids, but I do know that's the thing most people want to know is how easy or hard it is, how much of your time it takes, does it break your heart, those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a pretty easy transition into this because the families are just kind of more stable, I would say, and the kids are just sweet and dark. You know, the mothers are really, really nice. It's just been, and Rebecca and Liam have been so nice, and meeting some of the employees, some of the volunteers, and you know, doing some of the things. I'm just getting over being ill for a couple years. Now I'm back. I just feel like I'm ready to do something. So that's what I'm doing, volunteering here.
Well, welcome back, and yes, you are making a huge difference. As you pointed out, you're making a difference not only in the lives of the 6 kids you have, but also in the volunteers that you get to interact with. So you get to support each other. Who's here? Yeah, you got to be quiet because I'm in the middle of a thing.
On your shoulder.
Yeah, he's hanging out on the curtain rod trying to get asleep.
I saw him for about a second there.
Yeah, he wanted to hang out and wanted to see what was making noise, and then his little wife came in and he ditched me.
Yeah.
Shoot.
All right, let's go on with our slideshow. Let's talk about what the next 25 years is going to bring. Rhonda, I'm going to throw the question to you first. What do you see happening in the next 25 years for our Child's Place CASA?
I guess I haven't finished getting this week organized, so that's a little bit of a hard question. The building being finished, and me not working until midnight on a regular basis. All the kids that need a volunteer have a volunteer.
Do the kids now, all the kids that need volunteers, have volunteers, or do we have a lot waiting for a volunteer?
A lot waiting for a volunteer.
Okay, so we need people to volunteer, and we're hoping to get 25 volunteers this year to celebrate our 25th anniversary. All right, let's see what AI says what's going to happen in the next 25 years. There's a 5% chance, and I don't know why they're giving me percentages, but they did, a 5% chance that Trump will dissolve the Department of Education. Only 5%. I don't know why my family's very worried about it, but they are. There's a 30% chance that he will repeal the Affordable Care Act. I don't think it's really that high, but okay. There's a 25% chance that he will have a favorable rating in 25 years. There's a 75% chance that we will get a ceasefire in the Ukraine. And the World Health Organization will declare the H5N1 a pandemic this year. That's a 25% chance. Again, Bitcoin will at some point breach the $200,000 per coin, and that's a 70% share. I wish I had Bitcoin. I wish I had bought it when it was first coming out. I did not. Any of you guys up there have Bitcoin? No?
Yeah.
Well, if anybody has Bitcoin that they don't want to use, feel free to donate it to CASA, because CASA can put it to very good use. and then you don't have to pay the extra tax of having bought it at $5 and sold it at $200,000. Farming is going to go vertical, and the concept is it's going to have layers and layers, and will continue to grow, but it will be like baskets on top of each other. Employment, of course, we're going to get rid of a lot of the things that can be taken over by machine. Taxi drivers, they say, will be all self-driving Ubers. Other things will come in that we don't even know about yet, because a lot of other things like travel agencies will be wiped out. They say doctors can do AI can do a better job than doctors at diagnosing people. So we'll see how that works. And telehealth will be very, very prominent. We won't need to go into the doctor anymore, which means if you're going in for a well visit, you won't have to get sick or expose yourself to getting sick. But I'm not really sure how they're going to listen to my heart or my lungs on the telehealth. I just don't think that's possible. Any thoughts? No comments. All right.
I don't think AI could take place of a human doctor when it comes to stuff. I don't think that's ever going to be a thing.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that, because the other thing is that doctors can sometimes just get a hint, and that's not logic based. It's just he knows you so well. Like, I've gone to the same doctor for the last 25 years. When I call him up and I say, hey, I have a sinus infection, and he says, all right, where do you want me to send the antibiotics? Because he knows me that well. He knows that I get sinus infections. I know what it is, and etc. So I agree with you. I don't think you can just change that. But I don't know. We'll see.
I'm a carrier of strep, so when I call my doctor like, hey, I've had a sore throat for 4 days, I think I'm starting to get strep, he'll still have me come in to test for it, but he won't even listen to the rapid test. He'll automatically send me in Doxy because I carry it, the amoxicillin or the Augmentin won't take care of it.
I hear that. I understand that, yeah. The dating scene is going to be different 25 years from now. Mostly because dating scene is different now than it used to be. It used to be, and this was interesting, where marriages used to be the beginning of a partnership, it's now becoming the end. And so with so many marriages ending up breaking up, it seems like dating does not lead to marriage. I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. Social progress. Everything is supposed to get better. Birth rates, literacy rates, etc., etc. Most people in most parts of the world would be better off than they are now. A little optimistic, I think, but that typically is the way things go. All cars will be electric and fully self-driving, according to AI. And we won't have met any aliens yet. In 25 years, we expect to see no aliens. Communication. This one was interesting. Virtual reality will replace FaceTime, Zoom, and other current meeting technologies. So I'm not sure how virtual reality is going to work. I mean, virtual reality, now you put those little goggles on and you see things better, but I don't know. Any thoughts on that one?
I think the Zoom and the virtual reality are good for some things, but I think we as a society just have this notion that we have to take things to the extreme, and so now we're seeing kids that are having therapy over Zoom and family therapy over Zoom, and
yeah,
I just think those methods are not effective.
Yeah, that can be a real problem
for something like that.
Well, and
also, not everybody can do virtual reality. Some people make super motion sick.
That's true. I think, too,
I remember back during the beginning of the pandemic where people were talking about third graders having difficulty sitting still for a Zoom class all day. I just thought, yeah, me too. I'm an adult, and I have trouble sitting still all day looking at a computer screen, you know?
Yeah, that is difficult. I agree with you. I don't know that I can do it all day, every day. Oh, and the other thing I found out is we will be in 25 years, we should be on Fast and Furious 22. I know we're on 10 now, but 22 is about right for where we will be. Again, I'm not really sure why we have so many of them. Denise, did you want to talk?
No, the
Go ahead.
Actors and actresses are going to be fast and furious in 25 years. We need to replace them.
Slow and a little bit cranky. Maybe they'll be slow and a little cranky. Denise, did you want to talk a little bit about your experience as a volunteer?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Well, this is my 6th year. I started in 2019, and I've, gotten so much out of it, meeting the kids and foster parents, and just, getting used to the court system and what's expected of us. And it's the longer you do it, the more at ease you are with, going into court. And the thought of having to testify and stuff was nerve-wracking at first, but I've done it a few times, so you kind of get comfortable with things. And especially if, like when you start to get to know, like, the people who you're involved with, like the social workers and the attorneys, the more you get comfortable, then when you're in court, you don't get nervous, and you can just answer the questions and feel like you're doing something. I mean, I've had a lot of cases that worked out the way we wanted them to, so it's been very rewarding.
Awesome. Let's see, who else did we have that wanted to talk? I know there's somebody. Sharon, that's right, Sharon. Go ahead, Sharon. Tell us a little bit about it. How long have you been a volunteer?
I've been a volunteer since 2018, so was it 7 years?
Okay.
I started because I wanted to do something rewarding and I wanted to do something fulfilling, and I've always been told I should have went into social work, and it's been just that. It's been fulfilling, it's been rewarding. I really enjoy knowing that I'm helping children in one of the most difficult and toughest part of their lives, but I also get to hopefully make an impact on the family and the parents as well. I've learned so much about the process, and I'm still learning as I go. I've had several cases, and they're not all the same, so different things happen in different cases, and so you're always learning. And it's not only been something that I can help families and others with, but I'm able to now put this on my resume, and it has helped me in my personal life as well. I'm an officer, and I've been an officer for 14 years, and it's helped me promote to a lieutenant. I run several committees and teams where I work, and I truly believe it's because I do have CASA on my resume. So it's helped me personally, and it's helped me just do what I love, and it's to help kids and who have been in similar situations like I have been in when I was younger. So as far as do you get emotional, do you take the cases home with you kind of thing, there are some cases that do leave you a bit jarred, and you drive home in silence because you're just in awe, and but it just makes me want to work harder. I enjoy working with older kids than I do younger kids, but I will take anything. But so yeah, I really enjoy being a CASA volunteer, and we need more volunteers always.
Yep.
And I'm always putting it out there. I love everybody that I work with. Rhonda has been literally one of the most soft-spoken, like kind-hearted people I've ever met. So super understanding. I don't think I've ever met anyone more understanding than Rhonda. But yeah, I'm just excited for the future, and hopefully we get some more volunteers, and there.
Yeah, that would be really great, because we have so many kids that are waiting for a CASA volunteer. And we talked in some of the past in some of my previous episodes about the differences having a CASA makes, because kids stay in care less time if they have a CASA, and they stay in care, and that whatever they permanently decide is best for them, they stay in that permanent placement. It doesn't come back and forth, and they don't bounce in and out of foster care. In fact, less than 0.5% in the United States come back into care.
Also, that whenever we have a decision to make in a case, I really feel important and I feel involved when my report is weighed heavy in the court. So that definitely keeps me going too. And I think we're one person who, I don't want to say that we get personal with the family, but I think that we're not seen as a social worker, we're not seen as a therapist, we're not seen as a doctor. So I think we just bring a new vibe to the case where it's not repetitive things, and I think that families do like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's obviously, I think that the CASA program is awesome, or I wouldn't be spending this much time on it. It would be great to get some more volunteers, and the number one way we get more volunteers is by people talking about us. So you in Facebook world, and you in YouTube world, and you on go.rallyup.com, talk to your friends about it. We need more volunteers. We can also take donations at go.rallyup.com/show CASA Love 2025. You can go to the website, Child's Place CASA, no A, childsplacecasa.com, or you can send it directly to the Folensby office. Ron, will you remind me the address? It's 614?
Close. 613.
613 Main Street in Folensby. So go ahead and send your checks in, because we do need money as well. But boy, would it be great if the only thing we needed is money, and we didn't need more volunteers. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, that would be
so good.
I definitely recommend, this is Shekinah, I've been on for a good minute. I definitely recommend, and I called in just because the link still wasn't working. But yeah, no, I just, like, I really think, I mean, I have a church that I belong to, and I don't mind asking to present and to talk about it. We have a ladies Bible study every week. I can do it on Tuesday, it's on Tuesday nights. I can do it on Tuesday and ask the pastor's wife on Sunday. But yeah, and I think churches are going to be really good. Like, I'll ask them also, like, helping out at the senior center, but those folks are quite elderly. Like, they're not the most mobile, and I could still ask, but I just, I don't know. Because they're a lot more senior, the folks that, at least the ones that I've met so far, that are coming to the senior center for lunch and stuff and bingo and stuff.
Well, you might
churches, are your best bet, just because, they're always looking for a local ministry, so let's get some people, okay, here's a way to serve. You visit a kid, once a month, if not twice a month, if it's, close in your area. But, so, I don't know, I think that'd be good. Or get a church to kind of adopt a kid or take on a kid or something. I don't know how that would work, or take on a family. But yeah, that's just a consideration.
Well, I do know, speaking of that, that on the go.rallyup.com website, and let me pull that one back up again, that Rally Up website does break it down and say, to have one child costs this much, and then, to support a volunteer costs this much, and so forth. So there is a way of looking at it, maybe getting, a group to volunteer to take one child, to pay for one child, and let's get all the, cash in that way. That would be great too. All right, guys. Well, we're running a little bit late today because we started a little late due to technical difficulties. As I said, I know too much to make it go easy. But I want to thank you all for coming. If there's anything you need, feel free to go to Rally Up and leave a message here on Facebook, leave a message on YouTube, contact A Child's Place directly. We'll be happy to answer all your questions. And you guys are all open for questions if somebody has one? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. I'm going to end it off now, and I'll see you tomorrow to find out who is our winner, who is